The Krillna Dominion had conquered 17 star systems in the last solar cycle alone. Their genetically engineered soldiers, the Void Talons, were feared across 3 galactic sectors. Standing 3 meters tall with reinforced exoskeletons and neural-enhanced reflexes, a single Void Talon could decimate an entire enemy platoon. So when Commander Rex deployed an elite squad of 12 Void Talons to capture one isolated human outpost on the frontier moon of Kalisto, he expected the mission to be over within the hour. The intelligence report confirmed only one human presence at the listening station. A single primitive mammal against 12 of the Dominion's finest. Sub-Commander Wrath scoffed as he checked his plasma rifle. This hardly justifies my presence. This human has sabotaged 3 of our comm relays. Commander Vrax reminded him. Intelligence suggests he was once part of their special forces. Consider this an opportunity to evaluate their best against our best. The squad deployed under the cover of artificial night, their thermal dampening fields rendering them invisible to standard sensors. The human outpost was modest, a prefabricated structure nestled between 2 rocky outcroppings near Kalisto's methane lakes. Through surveillance drones, they observed the lone human inside. He was unremarkable. Average height, muscular but not exceptional. He was drinking from a container and watching an antiquated entertainment feed. Target acquired. Appears unaware, Zrath reported. Permission to commence capture operation, the command ship replied. Remember, we need him alive for interrogation. The Void Talons moved into position, surrounding the outpost with practiced precision. They had executed this maneuver 1,000 times on 100 worlds. The first 2 Void Talons breached the airlock while the others maintained the perimeter. Inside, the human glanced up at the security panel as alarms silently triggered. He sighed, took a long swig from his container, and stood. Sorry about this, he muttered to no one in particular, placing his drink on a nearby table. Then, looking at it almost wistfully, he uttered a phrase that would haunt Dominion tacticians for years. Hold my beer. What happened next defied every simulation the Dominion had ever run. The first Void Talon through the door found itself faced with a human moving at impossible speed. Not away from danger, but directly toward it. Before the soldier could fire, the human slid beneath the plasma rifle, drove something small and sharp through a gap in the Talon's exoskeleton, and moved on to the second intruder. Contact lost with Units 1 and 2, reported the perimeter team. Impossible, Zrath hissed. The human emerged from the outpost holding one of the Void Talon's own rifles, somehow modified in the 30 seconds since he'd acquired it. The weapon safety limiters had been bypassed, and it glowed ominously. Capture team, neutralize the target immediately, Zrath ordered. The remaining Void Talons converged, but the human moved in patterns that seemed random yet devastatingly effective. He didn't follow any combat doctrine they recognized. He used the environment, improvised weapons, and exploited weaknesses in their formation they hadn't realized existed. From the command ship, Vrax watched in growing horror as his elite squad's tactical network collapsed into chaos. One by one, the signals went dark. What is happening down there? He demanded. The last transmission from Zrath came fragmented. He's not following any. Can't predict. He's just making it up as he. Then silence. When reinforcements arrived an hour later, they found all 12 Void Talons incapacitated but alive. The human was gone along with their drop ship. The only thing left behind was the container from which he'd been drinking, placed conspicuously at the center of the unconscious Void Talons. In his report to the Dominion High Command, Commander Rex was forced to acknowledge an uncomfortable truth. Their conquest of Earth might prove far more challenging than anticipated. These humans possessed something their genetic engineering hadn't accounted for: adaptability, improvisation, and a reckless disregard for overwhelming odds when properly motivated. The Krillna Dominion had encountered many species in their expansion, but none had ever captured a Void Talon dropship with nothing but ingenuity, and whatever beer was at hand. Perhaps, Rex reflected, it was time to reconsider their approach to this particular species. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.